One windy afternoon, Mia was playing with her new bubble wand outside. Now, this wasn't any ordinary wand. Oh no? This wand was magical, and every time she blew a bubble with it, instead of popping, they floated around her in perfect circles, never bursting. And although she knew she shouldn't, she simply had to follow. After scrambling over the hill, Mia found herself in an open field with tall grass all around her. But as she looked up, her jaw dropped in amazement because right above her was a sky full of trains made of bubbles. And at the end of the bubble train tracks, she could see a magnificent city made entirely of colorful jelly. There she met the king and queen of Rainbow City, who told her about a magical wishing star that was supposed to keep their town colorful. He hadn't, but he told her to go talk to the sour cream pudding man who lived on the other side of town. Determined to catch the culprit, Mia and the children followed the pudding man's directions to where they had seen the suspicious character. They found a narrow path leading to a dark cave hidden behind a waterfall. Although she was scared, Mia knew that the wishing star must be inside. She pulled out her magical wand and blew a huge bubble, then jumped inside. Suddenly, she was soaring through the air like an airplane. Down below, she saw the old woman walking along a path. So Mia steered her bubble plane toward her and shouted, "Stop right there!" So she took a deep breath, stepped into the cave, and called out. The bubble plane landed with a gentle bump, and Mia stepped out. Instead of taking the wishing star away, she blew a bubble with her magical wand and popped it on one of the dead bushes. After all, she had an amazing secret. Every time she felt like having an adventure, she could just blow a bubble, step inside, and travel to Rainbow City, a floating town made entirely of delicious jelly. Instantly, it burst into a beautiful sunflower. She did the same for the rest of the garden, and soon it was blooming with all sorts of flowers. She said goodbye to her new friends, climbed aboard her bubble train, and floated back to her garden. As she stepped out, she noticed that Mr. Whiskers was waiting for her, purring loudly. Then he did something incredible. He leapt into the air and landed on top of her head, giving her a big lick. It was his way of saying thanks for the exciting adventure. The old woman was so grateful that she gave the wishing star back to Mia. If she hadn't rescued the wishing star, the whole town might have disappeared. And then she wouldn't have had the chance to meet all those wonderful people and have such an exciting adventure. "Why did you steal the wishing star?" she asked. Everyone cheered as the colors returned to their homes and shops. And to thank her for saving the town, the king and queen offered Mia a giant slice of chocolate cake, which tasted even better than it looked. The old woman sniffled and replied, "I didn't mean to, but I needed its magic to make my flower garden bloom again." Mia felt sorry for her because she knew how sad it must be to lose all your beautiful flowers. "Whoever you are, I know you have the wishing star, and I want it back." On her way, Mia passed by a park where she saw a group of children crying because they couldn't blow bubbles. She stopped to comfort them, and just for fun, she pulled out her magical wand. As she blew a bubble, it turned into a horse, and then another one turned into a carriage. Before she knew it, she had made a whole bubble car for the kids to ride in. They were so grateful that she cheered them up that they promised to help her look for clues about the stolen wishing star. Unfortunately, someone had stolen it, and now the star's magic was fading fast. If its light disappeared completely, the entire city would vanish into thin air. And since it was the only way to save her new friends, Mia vowed to find the thief and get the wishing star back. But Mia soon noticed that when she blew a big bubble, it didn't turn into one large bubble, but many small ones that looked like train cars. It looked so delicious. Then suddenly, one of the bubble train cars landed beside her. Startled, Mia jumped back as the doors opened, and out popped her cat, Mr. Whiskers. Out stepped a tiny, shriveled old woman holding the wishing star high above her head. "Give me back that star, please," Mia pleaded. "If it loses all its color, Rainbow City will vanish." But the old woman only laughed and disappeared down a tunnel before Mia could stop her. What was even more amazing was that the little train of bubbles would vanish after a few seconds, only to reappear again when she blew another giant bubble. Mia couldn't believe her eyes, but sure enough, Mr. Whiskers had been on an adventure without her, and now he wanted to go back. She couldn't let him go alone, so she got into a bubble train car and off they went to Rainbow City. Curious about what was going on, Mia followed her train of bubbles and sure enough, they disappeared over a hill at the end of her garden. Wow! Mia breathed as she stared at the beautiful buildings made out of strawberry, raspberry, lime, orange, and lemon jelly. "Mr. Whiskers," she cried, "where did you go?" The cat simply purred and rubbed against her legs, then trotted toward the bubble train. As they approached, Mia noticed something strange. All the buildings seemed a bit gray and dull. She asked one of the marshmallow men on the street if everything was all right, and he shook his head sadly. "The colors are fading from our town," he explained. "And if they disappear completely, Rainbow City will vanish forever." Determined to help, Mia hurried to the royal palace, which was made out of the finest white chocolate. She started by asking the gingerbread man if he had seen anything. Together, they went to see the Puddin' Man, who told them that he had seen a shadowy figure sneaking around earlier that day. A raspy voice answered, "Ha ha, you'll never get it now," Mia sighed. She had to come up with a quick plan, and she knew just what to do. The old woman screamed and tried to run, but it was too late. Then she had a brilliant idea. Hurrying back to the palace, Mia placed the star on a pedestal and its light shone brighter than ever, filling the city with all the colors of the rainbow. After resting a while, it was time for Mia to go home. And although she missed her friends in Rainbow City, Mia knew she had made the right decision. Back in her own world, things seemed a bit dull at first, but Mia didn't feel like the colors were fading at all.